All right, what's up, guys? How you doing? Welcome to the channel. If you're new, welcome back. If you're returning, we appreciate you regardless. Today we have one of those fan favorite decks. When you think of the fan favorite types, you think of dinosaurs, you think of zombies. That's at least what I think of. If there's another one I'm leaving out, let me know down below. But yeah, before we get into today's dinosaur deck profile for GOAT format, go ahead and subscribe to the video. If you guys like GOAT, Edison, Tengu, or Hat, we have all of it here. We're going to do some niche ones as well. Currently, we have a little over 200 decks ready to go. So we'll be doing gameplay, how to play videos, deck profiles, obviously, you're seeing right here, and maybe some other stuff. Who knows? All right, let's get into the dinosaurs for Yu-Gi-Oh's 2005 GOAT format. There is not many dinosaurs. There's like maybe 5 or less actual dinosaurs in the format that are actually playable. So we're playing them. Here we go. 3 Hyper Hammerhead. If you guys don't know what this one does, excuse me, drinking soda, shit. When this card battles an opponent's monster, unless the opponent's monster is destroyed by battle, it is returned to the opponent's hand during the end of damage step. So this guy is basically a walking compulsory evacuation device. Again, not the greatest, dare I say, he's kind of dog shit, but it is the best we have, so we're going to work with what we got and leave the rest on the table. All right, next up we have 3 Gillosaurus. This one is a free special summon. He special himself out, but your opponent can special summon a monster as well from their graveyard when he's special summoned out. So typically you want to get this guy out, as soon as you can, because you don't want your opponent to get a free special summon. But he can help you flood the board and go for games, stuff like that too. Yeah, I mean, he's a dinosaur. He's playable, so we'll play him. Next up, we have 3 Mad Sword Beasts. This one, plain and simple, does piercing damage. That's the new term for it. Simply explained, piercing damage means that if he has higher attack than the defense of the monster he's attacking in defense position, you do the difference as damage. For instance, he has 1400 attack. If he attacks a monster with 1000 defense, and that monster happens to be in defense position, you do 400 damage. Under normal Yu-Gi-Oh mechanics, you would take no damage. The opponent would take no damage if they were in defense, right? Next up, we have 3 Dark Triceratops. Again, this is like the 4th or 5th playable card in the whole format for dinosaurs. This one also does piercing damage. It is a single tribute to get out, though, and it's 2400 attack, so it's not the worst. Also not the best, but not the worst for sure. And then for the final playable one, but we are playing with the Earth theme in this deck, and he is not an Earth, so we're only playing 2 copies of him. We're playing 2 Cabazuls. Even though he's not an Earth, luckily he is generically the biggest beater of them. He's 1700 attack. And he's a vanilla. I like reading the vanilla monsters sometimes. Let's see what he says. A huge monster in the shape of a hippopotamus. The sneezing from his gigantic body is so fierce that people mistake it for a hurricane. And that's why I like vanillas. I wish every card had something like that. Yeah, enough of that. Moving on to the generic Earth stuff, because like I said, we are taking advantage of the fact that this is an Earth deck. We're playing 3 Giant Rat. Giant Rat is going to have his favorite targets. We have an Exiled Force, an Injection Fairy Lily, and a Mystic Swordsman level 2. These are going to be phenomenal targets for him. But also, Mad Sword Beast, Gillosaurus, and Hyper Hammerhead are all Earths with 1500 or less attack. So you have 9 legal targets amongst the dinosaurs as well. So that's why we're doing that. That's it for the monsters, guys. Let's move on to the spells and traps. By the way, if you would have any changes with these ratios, or hey, maybe there's a dinosaur out there that I'm not even thinking of. I'm pretty sure I scraped the whole card pool, but maybe I'm missing something. Let me know down below. Something that's worth playing and how would you play it. Because I think there was like a bigger dinosaur, but he just didn't seem viable or very good. But yeah, spells and traps, here we go. First off, we got the phone, wallet, and car keys. You don't leave home without these. 3 best generically splashable cards in GOAT format. Not even a question. Name 1 card that's better. I'll tell you no, probably not. Next up we have Snatch Steal, Premature Burial, Heavy Storm, MST. Also solid 1-ofs for the limited spells. All these are limited ones, so you can't play more than that. Next up we have 2 Noblemen of Crossout, There's not a crazy amount of good dinosaur support when it comes to spells and traps. Let me look ahead. Yeah, we are not playing a single archetype card for those. There's nothing. So we're playing what generically splashes into decks well. We do have this, however. It's not a dinosaur support card, but it is an earth support card. We're playing the 2 Gaia Power and the 1 Terraforming. Neither one of these are limited or semi-limited. The logic behind it is the fact that I would play like 3 Gaia Power, but I'd rather just have a Terraforming to do a little bit of deck thinning while I'm at it. This card is not good enough to where I'd play 3 Gaia Power plus Terraforming or more Terraformings. I think 2 and 1 is fine. You can even play 1 and 1. Well, no, 2 and 1's fine. What am I saying? Because you want this to be live. If you play 1 and 1, the odds of you drawing 1 then top decking this later on it being dead goes up a little. So you want 2 and 1. That makes sense. See, I knew what I was doing when I was making the deck. Don't question it now. All right. We are kind of a aggro deck, believe it or not. I know our monsters are pretty weak, but with Gaia Power, they're a little bit tougher. But also, they are not the strongest, right? So Smash and Ground allows us to get through the opponent's monsters. I always associate Smash and Ground with aggro decks, but it's just generically a good card anyways. And with this deck, it really helps out because we have to have ways of pushing through the board. Like I said, if we don't see Gaia Power, we're dealing with a bunch of 1,400 and 1,500 monsters unless we can tribute summon and get off a Dark Triceratops. Isn't he dark, though? Oh, no, he's Earth. He's Earth, yeah. This guy gets big when Gaia Power's on the field. His name is Dark Triceratops, but he's not a dark monster, so that threw me off. All right, next up, we have the traps. We're playing the Phone Keys and Wallet of traps. We're playing Mirror Force, Ring, and Torrential Tribute. These cards are insanely good as well. Still not good as these cards, but ridiculously good in their own right. So you got to play them. You can't leave home without them. Next up, we have 1 Call of the Haunted. And we're playing 2 Sakuretsu Armor just to help defend our monsters to get plays rolling. Like I said, we don't have much power inherently in our deck. Like, we don't have any things that are as strong as Blade Knight, Breaker with a counter. Like, we're just a weak deck unless we see Gaia Power. So that's why we play the floaters. It allows us to have a fighting chance with Giant Rat and Exiled Force and Juxta Fairy Lily. We're just trying to out-resource our opponent, kind of grind them. Hyper Hammerhead helps in that regard because even if they destroy them, they're going back to hand, which uses up basically one of their normal summons. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys. Again, if you like Goat format, Edison, Tengu, Hat format, we got it all here. If you have any suggestions for the deck, let me know down below. And we will see you in the next one, guys. Peace out.